Hello, welcome to part 5 of me working on my YouTube channel banner. Yeah, I think I could fit in more bugs. Somehow. I have a lot of bugs that I will add. But I'm glad I could get back to this. I'm slowly adding a bunch of bugs. I'm trying to avoid drawing them too large so I could fit in even more, but hey, that's the fun in it. Now, I think I wanted to draw, I think it's like a wishbone tree hopper. I'm trying to think where I should put it. Yeah, you should Google image wishbone tree hopper. They're pretty cool looking. So I've been up to a lot. The funny thing is, before I started making this video, my driver, I use Wacom. I do like Wacom. Not that I've used other tablets besides Wacom, but it kind of like, well, let's just say that like I know how to kind of fix some of the driver issues. I mean, not that I know how to fix it, just turn it on and off again. It usually does the charm. And like I'm always wondering like why does that fix it? I just don't understand why my driver sometimes just decides to stop working. It's kind of like a mystery that I wish I knew a little bit of, but heck, I don't know, just decides to randomly not work. But I mean, like I said, a quick computer restart fixes it. It's a bit frustrating because it's like, I don't know, maybe a minute wasted of time, but I don't know, and that's not too bad. It's not like I lost any work or anything. But yeah, I've been getting back into doing a lot of like pencil drawing. I like mechanical pencils. I probably have said that like so many times, but I'll say it again. As I have to say, just dealing with technology on a day-to-day basis, it's kind of funny how I kind of see myself like doing more traditional assets. I guess you'd say a healthy balance of both is what I do, and probably what you may find that you like as well. I mean, granted, right now when I'm filming this, it's summer, and luckily I haven't lost the power, which is really surprising, knock on wood, but knock on wood that I don't lose the power, because I want to say I think I lost the power one time, but the good news is that I don't have to be connected to power to film these videos. I mean, well, I kind of do. I mean, yeah, pretty much I do, but I mean like internet. So sometimes my internet will go down, but it's really good for the most part. I can't complain there. Sorry, I saw like a little speck over here. Yeah, my internet's pretty good for the most part. But you know, every once in a blue moon, I will have to spend 24 to 48 hours without power, and it's just it's doable, but it's like frustrating when I try to follow a YouTube schedule. Like I never really talked about that. Like I never really got out there with like saying I'm gonna do a video every day, you know, etc. Like I would like to do that. It's just not possible with where I live right now and some of my responsibilities. I tend to kind of lack a bit of a work-life balance, so it's always a blessing when I get to draw at all, I have to say. So I like it. I mean, the other thing, like I like to do it before 9 p.m. at night. It's just, or early, really early morning. It's, you know, I get tired. I don't want to complain about that. I mean, I could do it as long as I'm a bit caffeinated. But, you know, you want to enjoy what you're doing and not feel dead, tired. But yeah, I have to, I would like to make videos every day, but like I sometimes for, just so I could release something every day, I try to make a bunch of videos in advance. Like probably this video you're listening to right now, I filmed, like I'm making this on, what is today's date? If I could find it on my phone, June 10th, 2023. So yeah, this video is actually coming out a year later. I try to really be up to date, or I really try to make sure I'm releasing a video at least once every week. I do try to do that. So like sometimes my videos may come out like a year later, but like I said, I definitely do plan to have other videos that, I mean, I probably, when by the time you're reading this, I'll at least have like one for every day of the week, I would hope. But like I said, there's some busier times in my life in which I don't, like I may be busy for a month due to my day job. So it's like I'm working really late nights, and by the time I get home, it's really late. So it's like a combination of I have to get home, I have to exercise, and I also have to eat. And by the time I'm doing all of that, it's already like 9, and I have to take like a shower and all that, or you know, just prepare for the next day. So sometimes I do have those rough periods of time. So I think making content in advance kind of helps me out with that. So that's what I recommend to an extent. Always like having some type of schedule so you don't have to be disappointed with yourself if you miss any deadlines. In the past, what I used to do, I have to say probably when I first started making YouTube videos in 2021, I tried making one every day and quickly burned myself out. I also have been working to up my drawing skills. So it was a combination of burnout and probably not knowing what type of content to make. I probably still don't know what type of content to make. I mean, I usually just make what I like, and maybe that's what is best. But like sometimes people will recommend certain things, like maybe like some type of informational thing, and I will try my best to make that. Let me think. Yeah, I will occasionally make recommended viewer videos, but sometimes people may ask for stuff I already have covered, so luckily I could just share that again. But sometimes there are new things to pop up, so don't ever be afraid to ask a question. I feel like I learned a lot about bugs as I've been just drawing bugs constantly, and it's kind of funny because like sometimes I feel like I learned a thing or two about certain bugs. So like I've noticed that some of my videos that were once about an hour long now have become about 20 minutes to a half hour long, and like I'm not trying to speed through it. I've just kind of picked up on certain things, and granted, each time you draw a new bug, it's a new challenge you're trying to do. The funny thing in it is that I know there are a lot of gotchas that I'm able to just figure out and get through. So yeah, it's interesting. I guess you could say I learned something. But I don't know every bug, so I'm pretty sure I'll eventually run into a challenge of a really weird or interesting bug. Yeah, I like the I like the video, the title I'm making for this. It bugs me. I'm always trying to fit in puns of some type, and boy, are there a lot of them with bugs. So what else? Oh yeah, getting burned out. So You know, the other thing is trying to find a healthy balance between avoiding burnout and also upping my drawing skills has been something that I've really been trying to work hard on. I feel like when I do make some videos, there is a certain level of performance anxiety that I'm always trying to get over. And I think it is gradually getting better with how I handle it, though I always have something to work on with how I present things. But, you know, that's going to be an everlasting thing when it comes to communication and all of that. But I'll get better at it. Yeah, living arrangements, I don't know if probably a year from now. So, like, the other reason why I'm making videos is because I'm probably going to have to move to an apartment or something like that very soon. Maybe in a year or so, maybe less. It's hard to say, but very soon. So that's going to put a damper on me making videos, because, like, it's an absolute mess for me to set up my stuff, and I have stuff to move, but, like, it's gonna take, like, a good chunk of time just for me to move, then to set up everything and connect to internet. I mean, I guess I can make more videos, but, like, I don't know how about uploading them, because you have to have really good internet for uploading videos, sadly, which is always the interesting thing. It seems like there are certain hot times when I'll be trying to upload a YouTube video, and it'll take just so long. That's another thing I really didn't consider when I started making videos, just the sheer amount of time it takes for a video to upload before you can schedule it through YouTube Studio. If you're familiar with YouTube Studio, it's really good. I do like YouTube. But I also heard that some of my videos never reach people, which is a bit alarming, because I spend a lot of time to make content, and for some of it to never be shown is a bit, well, you know, a bit concerning, just because I make stuff that I think can help people. I don't know what the deal with that is. I hope I didn't break some rule of some type. I don't think I did, but who knows. Okay, so I drew my tree hopper here. Let me see, what other bugs should I draw? I think I'm gonna draw... Oops, sorry, I kind of switched out when I opened my app here. It kind of did that for a hot second. So, in addition to drawing bugs, I feel like I also need to start probably reading about them more, and to gain a deeper understanding of them. I feel like the last thing I want to do is give wrong information to anyone, so sometimes when I talk about bugs I may mention something, and maybe it's better for me to keep quiet until I could really be 100% confident that I know some fact. But I have been talking to a lot of people who, like, have the rights for certain bugs and whatnot. They're all really nice. They're all happy to allow me to make informational videos on their bugs from my YouTube, which is great, because it's great to break down them all. And I always try to give credit. I mean, not try, I do always give credit where I can. And if I ever don't give credit, I'll be honest with you, like, that's a mistake, and let me know and I'll fix it. I have to say, and I do hate to say this, but I operate in a state of exhaustion all the time, and it's just, I'm working with the time that I have to make these videos that I like to make. You know, I do worry about the quality. Some days I do make videos and I'm just like, I want my heart to be in every video that I make, but I do have to say sometimes I am just really exhausted, and I've noticed a few times I would make videos in that exhausted state, and I'm like, looking at it after the fact, I'm like, maybe I should have waited a day. So like there will be days in which I won't make any videos just because of the sheer exhaustion I'm in. But I do draw every day. That is the important thing to share. I think drawing every single day and having a good practice schedule for whatever you want to draw is extremely important. And I don't film everything I do, but I do film a lot of this stuff. Well, yeah, actually no. I probably practice like 100 times more than I release any videos. I mean that's probably just given, because drawing, there's a lot of complexities to it that I have to learn and work out. And you know, the other thing is progress. Like I've realized, progress is not straightforward. So it takes a long time to get a sliver good and to see improvements. And I think that rule just kind of follows, like sometimes I feel like by the time you improve, you're not even seeing it yourself. Some people will say save your older work to see that you have made progress, and I think that's a good idea. I don't, but the problem with me with that, I think even with my digital, like I don't want to hoard stuff, so I don't usually save scrap paper, but I will blow through like a lot of paper. And I've always been thinking of better ways to do a lot of drawing practice. The more I draw, the more I realize, like, am I being limited by the page, or is there a way that I could just draw a lot more without having to swap pages more? So I'll share those tips when I discover them. Possibly, I'm already making a video on trying to share something, but I really do try to break down the whole process. And I guess you could say the other thing I do is I'm always trying to think about the future, which I know it sounds really bizarre, but a thing about that is, well, you know, always be planning what you're going to draw. You know, granted, I do it more for education purposes, not for like a career or anything, but like if I was a painter of some sort, I would really have to like, or like, you know, something like that, or like fine art painting, which would be cool. You do have to, there's a lot of prep work, and like it's amazing that people could do it for a living, just because of the sheer amount of things to do, prep work to do, finding the perfect shots. Like there's a lot on, I don't know, but I'm always trying to fill in those gaps, whether through books. Very rarely do I find the right online tutorials that I'm looking for, which is a bit surprising. You think there'd be a tutorial for everything, but sometimes I run into those things in which there's not. And I do think older books, like I think Dover, there are a lot of older Dover books on drawing information, and some of them are actually pretty good, but I will say that sometimes I run into concepts and like I feel like they're trying to explain something that they really can't, and it's just, it goes over my head, and I'm like, what the heck are they even talking about? So it could also be this thing about having to, sometimes you may need to read the same thing in different ways from different sources until you pick it up. Like, I think my understanding of perspective was kind of like my head trying to fight it and not really understanding it until I started reading the Dover book. And I am charging through it as I go, and I feel like I am absorbing the material, but it's just like a lot of stuff that you really have to like try the example, play around with it. I feel like it can be boring at points, but then I'm like, later I'll use a concept and then I'll be like, whoa, this is really cool, you know, something like that. I do have those moments of like, whoa, or like, I wish I knew about this a lot faster, or I wish I was applying this a lot faster. But hey, I can't beat myself up because that is just a part of the learning process that everyone goes through. And man, I think drawing is just it's such a craft that like you I feel like you can't learn it in a 4-year degree. Like I feel like it's something that takes a lot longer to really like I feel like you really have to like either have a mentor or have an apprenticeship of some sort to really work out a lot of quirks in your drawing skills. And as weird as that is to like say, I don't think it's weird to say. I'm just like I don't think like an art degree. Like I mean, maybe if you're also doing it in the summer and if you had internships, but I just feel like it's such a iceberg of information that it's such an iceberg of information that there's no way that even if you read it, you're not going to be able to apply it just because of the sheer amount of years it takes to get muscle memory. And it's like there's stuff that I read that like I feel like I need to go back to because I lack the muscle memory. Like, yeah, I read it, but I couldn't apply it. And I'm like, what's the point of reading it and trying to understand it if you can't draw it? But sometimes there are things that you kind of just have to try to draw anyway, even though you're going to have to just admit you're not going to be good at drawing it. So it's kind of like a weird balance game between trying and lacking skill and well, you get the point. Sometimes I think you're just gonna fail exercises and you just need to accept that, yeah, I'm gonna be bad at this, but I'll get better. I think that's all you could really say and try to strive for. But don't be discouraged, because I have had success. I mean, what I would say is success in drawing. So, yeah, I'm probably going to make a lot more of these bug banner videos. I have a lot of room on this banner, which is pretty cool. I wonder if I can get a Guinness World Record for most time spent on designing my banner. Because I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong here, but I am wondering if I've spent more time on video making it. I wonder if it's like any type of record. That'd be pretty cool. But I doubt, I wouldn't be surprised if like something like that's broken, or maybe it's like too obscure and not something that Guinness would really want to record. I could see that being it. No, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong about a lot of things. What else? What else? Just drawing a Luna moth here. Burnout. Oh yeah, so I'll tell you another little story. So about a year ago, probably a little over a year ago, I took a vacation and I was like, I'm gonna make YouTube videos every day. And I did, and I kind of realized that by the time my vacation was over, I just stayed inside the entire day and made videos. So it was like I did that, and it's like, I think I really lacked a vacation. And I don't think my videos were of that good quality, because I think to a certain extent my skill, like my videos really rely on my skill. So I probably made a bunch of stuff that no one will want to watch. So, oh well, kind of a waste of time maybe, or maybe not. I don't think it was a waste. I think maybe it's like all adding up. You know, every bit of experience adds up a little towards the whole. I guess you could say it's kind of like a composition. Maybe I'm just being more arty than I should. There was an interesting book I picked up recently. It's called Nature and Its Symbols. It's basically talking about like certain nature things you'll find in paintings and like their meanings behind it, and like a lot of bugs. I wish there were more bugs in that book, which is what kind of made it a little bit disappointing. I mean, I did like it, but I just like wish they made more. Like, there's got to be more meaning out there, more meaning. But I think a lot of meaning is very contextual. So maybe you may have to like seek out individual paintings and find people that wrote about them in art books or something like that. But yeah. Yeah. That's about all I wanted to share for this video. Thanks for sticking around as I add 2 bugs to my bug banner. And many more bugs to come. Lots of bugs. An infestation of bugs. A plethora, a myriad, a lot of bugs. The good kind, not the computer kind that mess up my day. Well, thanks for sticking around in this video. And let's see it from a glance. Yeah, it's coming along. It's coming along. I see a lot of room where I could add more bugs. I just may draw them a bit smaller. So if you like my YouTube channel, please subscribe. I'm sorry I have to say this at the end of every video I do. Probably a lot of people are like, stop saying that. But like the video if you like it. Put a comment in the comments if you have a question. But thanks for sticking around. Bye.